Hello and welcome back to the channel for yet another fun but yet informative tutorial by me, your host, Lizzie Peirce. Today we're going to be talking about LUTs, a little bit about color grading, a little bit about color correcting, because I realize it's something we don't really talk about on this channel that much, so let's fix that today. Okay, so first let's start with the definition of LUT. What is a LUT? LUT stands for lookup table. Essentially, it is a fancy little tool that says, hey, make the colors of my footage this. And all you have to do is apply it to your footage. Isn't that fantastic? If you've never used one before, I'm about to blow your mind. If you have, and really you're just here to learn a little bit more about color grading, we've got some info for you as well. So what are the advantages of using a LUT? For one, it saves you a ton of time. If you have a bunch of edits to do, this is an easy way to color grade your footage super fast. On the other hand, if you're not an experienced color grader, color corrector, you're new to video editing, this is a great way to get a high quality color grade or something that looks really good to the average person, but you may not necessarily be the best at it. So it's a bit of a shortcut for you. And last but not least, say you like color grading. You're good at it, you're decent at it, but this may be a fun way for you to get a look to your footage that you wouldn't have necessarily been able to achieve on your own. So if you're looking for like a Becky and Chris look, or maybe you're looking for a Lizzie Peirce look, then maybe you would pick up one of my LUTs. So at the end of the day, we're here to make money, aren't we? We need to serve our clients. We need to serve whoever it is we're making this video for. Occasionally you are making videos for yourself, but that's not what we're going to talk about right now. So what do your clients want? Okay, they want something high quality, they want something done on time, and they want something that is on budget. And LUTs are a great way for you to meet all of those expectations. Even though you as the perfectionist behind the video may want to spend extra time on it, you know it's taken you an hour or more to color grade that footage to get it looking perfect. And at the end of the day, your client doesn't know that. All they're seeing is the final video and they don't really care how you got from A to B. They just want it done right. So sometimes it's a lot easier and efficient for you and will make you more money, still get you that high quality project if you're using LUTs. So before we actually move into Premiere, let's talk really quickly about the difference between color correcting and color grading, because I know I kind of blew past that. So if you're new to this space, color correcting is the first set of adjustments that you make to your footage to get it back to looking somewhat normal. So if you're shooting S-Log, for example, it's really flat. There is nothing happening there. So first you need to color correct it and make some really simple, broad adjustments to your footage to get it looking normal again. Give us some flesh colored, some warmth back in our skin. Give us some flesh back to our skin. Then when you move on to color grading, that's where you can have a bit more fun. That's where you're creating a more stylized look for your footage, and you can add some blues to the shadows. You can maybe add some greens to your highlights. You can really start to play around and give your footage a unique style and feel. Normally you're applying those on different layers so that you can adjust each individually and go back and make those changes later. But again, I'm going to explain that right now. I'm getting ahead of myself. So what do we need to start? We need a project, which I've conveniently laid out for you. We need some footage, which I have already loaded into Premiere, and we are ready to go. So today we are going to be using my new LUT pack. It's a LUT bundle that I have available on my website right now, and it has 3 LUTs in it. Now I use these LUTs for literally everything I have because in my personal opinion, I would rather have 3 really good LUTs that work on all my footage and contribute to the unique look I have going on my channel than 10 different ones that I'm cycling between. If you guys want to pick that up, there's a link in the description box below. It is regular price right now, but if you guys want to hop onto the sale that's happening on the 13th, which when this goes live, I believe it should be tomorrow, then sign up in the description box below and you will get access to that sale, but you'll only get it if you sign up. It's not going out for everybody. It's only for people who sign up below. So moving on. First, so I've pulled all of my clips into the timeline down here. We're just going to work with this one that we shot right before filming this video. That's the one we're going to be color correcting and then color grading later on. All right, so first we're gonna go ahead and make a new adjustment layer. And the reason it's a good idea to build this on an adjustment layer, so to add your color correction and then your LUT or your color grading on adjustment layers, is because then you can go back and if you make a mistake, you can fix it essentially, and you still have your plain footage available at the bottom without any adjustment adjustments to it. If you decide you want a different look later on, you can just do one full sweep of that adjustment layer or a new adjustment layer and make that correction. So it's just better workflow. So drag that adjustment layer onto your clip, and this is going to be our color correction. So we're actually going to do this with a LUT. That's another thing I want to mention is a lot of times if you're working with a certain type of footage or a certain picture profile, there are LUTs already made to kind of bring that raw footage back to life, essentially. So to this adjustment layer, we're going to be applying a Rec. 709 LUT because we shot this footage in S-Log3. So we're gonna bring it back to life, essentially. You want to open up your Lumetri or Lumetri, I don't know how you guys say it. I say Lumetri, please don't come for me in the comments. Color panel over here. If it's not open and available for you, then all you have to do is go to Window and select Lumetri. I hate, this is literally why I hate doing these videos, is because I have to say Lumetri. Oh my. I always apply my LUT in the creative drop down instead of the basic correction drop down because it gives you this little intensity slider right here, and it's just a lot easier for you to be able to manipulate the LUT that way. You'll want to save your LUTs to a folder somewhere that you can access them easily. So in this case, just for the purpose of this video, I have it on my desktop, but make sure you're saving the LUTs in a place that is safe and you can access them easily and you always know where they are. So I've got my S-Log3 to Rec. 709 LUT here, and I'm just going to apply it to my footage. And as you can see, now I am a human again, and I have rosy cheeks, and there is actually some color in the room. First, I can just, it's very saturated, so I'm just gonna reduce the intensity of the LUT overall. And then we're going to specifically adjust those warmer tones in the image. So if you go into the curves down here, there's a hue versus saturation curve, and that is the one we're gonna work with. So you can either just make your pen points to assume where the color is that you want to adjust, or I like to use the dropper tool, and it's kind of like my hair or this wooden shelf up here that looks a little too yellow to me. So I thought that was yellow, apparently it's red. So we're just gonna desaturate that a little bit. As you can see, if I brought it all the way down, my lips are black, that's gross. If I brought it all the way up, that's way too saturated. So little adjustments here. For an initial color correction, that looks just fine. We are going to go ahead and make another adjustment layer. I'm actually just gonna copy this one, pull it up, delete the Lumetri color I already made. Okay, so now the fun part, we're gonna get into the color grading. Add some fun colors to this, shall we? So go back into your creative dropdown. Now we're gonna add one of my LUTs. And because in the office, we made this sage LUT specifically for rooms with a lot of white in them. It has a little bit of a greeny, vintage, but still clean feel. So that's the one we're gonna apply for this room. And obviously that looks really intense right now, but they all do. Because it's a one-click kind of step, there are going to be some little tweaks you have to make, but this does all the heavy lifting for you. So all I'm gonna do is reduce the intensity just to begin with here. And again, the yellows in the image they're a little bit intense. So what we're going to do is, because the issue here is mainly falling on my skin tone, my hair, and the shelves again, it's the warmer tones in the image. So we're gonna go into HSL secondary. And again, you can either select reds, yellow, and it'll automatically give you a selection of colors that you'll be able to edit. Or my personal favorite, you can use the dropper and it'll give you that selection in itself. If you want to see exactly what part of your image is being selected, you can toggle this little color gray area down here, and it shows you that, okay, it's my hair and the shelf that's kind of being picked up right now, but I also want my skin tones to be included. Now, because as you can see, the selection it's made on the color is a bit intense. The edges of it are a bit harsh. We just want to smooth out the edges of the mask that we're creating. So we're gonna bring up the denoise and we're gonna bring up the blur. Honestly, I'm just gonna desaturate it a little bit and see what it does. And I like to toggle this on and off to see the greater effect it's having in the image as a whole, because sometimes I find it hard to know what I'm doing when the color gray selection is on. You can also have your Lumetri scopes open over here if that helps you. Sometimes I do that. And my goal in this case would be to have this little white ghost kind of pointing between the red and the yellow here. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So now this would be the full, I'll just play it through for you guys. This would be the actual color correction and color grade on the footage. I look like a real person. There's still a bit of like that greeny tone, which I like for the room and for our vibe on our videos. Very clean. If you guys want to see, let's just pick a part in the video where I'm looking at the camera just for fun. That's not awkward at all. We toggle off the color grade. That's our correction. If you toggle off the correction, that is our S-Log3 footage. So just as a quick little demo for you guys, I'll show you what some of these LUTs look like on this other footage here, but I won't walk you through the actual correction and grade steps that I do. I'll just show you what the finished looks look like applied to this footage. So here is this shoreline somewhere in the world. That's the footage by itself. This is with my color corrections added, and this is with the grade. Now this LUT is called the Solstice LUT. I've had it available for quite a long time now. It just creates kind of like a teal and orange look. Great way to punch up any of your footage. I usually use this in like my films or any like fancy B-roll sequences, client work that has to be a bit more cinematic, travel footage, that kind of thing. Now this last clip, this is just a behind the scenes of our video with Hannah, and we'll have that linked up here as well if you guys want to take a look at it. That's with just the footage by itself. This is with the color corrections added, and this is with our grade. So this is called our go-to LUT. It is a bit more of like a light blue, creamy, very clean look. So I would recommend this for any of your corporate work, interviews, that kind of thing. It's one of my favorites because I just think it looks great on everyone and it makes your skin tones look really good. It makes the room look really bright and airy and clean. I just keep repeating the word clean because that was kind of the idea with the light blue highlights. So now let's just remove all of this from our timeline, and I'm going to show you guys how I would do a quick color grade, not correction, on this footage from scratch without a LUT, because I just want to show you how long it takes and how much effort it would require for me to get back to this look. Okay, let's go back. Let's drag on a new adjustment layer, starting from scratch. "12 to 15 minutes for something that doesn't look that great. And I would have been done this by now with my LUT that I had already created because that took me a long time to make it perfect. As a non-colorist, this is what this one looks like that I just made. It's fine. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it, but I like the LUT I spent more time on more, and it takes me less time to apply it because I spent the time in the past making it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned a little something new about LUTs, color grading, color correction, the whole thing. So if you guys do want to pick up my LUT bundle, it's linked in the description box below. But if you guys want to get up to 30% off, the link to sign up is in the description box below to get notified for that sale. And it's going live tomorrow, so you'll have to do it today or you won't get notified about the sale. You have to sign up. That is kind of just how this works. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and happy coloring.